Because a minute ago it wasn't working, so hopefully now it is. I mean, what we're going to do about the end of the day, hopefully it's working. I mean, I won't know until somebody comes on a live, do you know what I mean? That's the pain in the ass part about it. It's weird because it was like, reconnecting, and it said the live was working, so I was like, okay, I just assumed it was all good. I'm worried it's not working now, but I don't know why it would tell me the live's working. I'm going to do 2 seconds, let me get my iPad. Actually, no, I'm going to wait for just one person to come on, because then I know the live's working, and I know there's just an error on the last one. You know what I mean? Like, quite simply, there's an error. Hopefully it was just an error. I mean, who knows what the actual issue could be. I'm kind of dreading this now because I'm not seeing it looking too great. Bear with. Please work. Please. I don't need this shit now not working. Like, for real, this would really, really do me in. Okay, maybe it is. Fair play. Well, that's weird. As I say, it wasn't working and now it is working. Anyway, I'm going to let my iPad charge up. I'm going to go finish up some art that I found from a long time ago. Like, I don't know how long ago it's now, probably like a year ago too. I started doing these, like, they were meant to be like, like original old sort of style graphics. Sorry guys, I don't know what happened to the last live, it just closed down on me. Right, that's the same. At least I know the live's working out, so what I'm going to do is go walk the dog. I'll be back in a minute. They were saying I was going to do, but I can't remember. I actually can't fucking remember if they're live for me. Test the wheels, got the clip. Unbelievable, man. This is what happens every time my phone keeps dying. I literally had an amazing plan of saying I was going to do today, and now I forgot it. Damn it. I mean, it was a really solid. Hopefully he'll come back to me. It really, maybe. I don't know, guys. At least the light's working now anyway. Right, I'm gonna save my wrong. I'm gonna go finish some art. Go a cigarette, calm down for a second, because I thought so again. I think honestly at the moment there's quite a few things going wrong where I'm like, I just need a break. I'm so I'm gonna have a cigarette, go sell, I get some fresh air because I never do this anymore. I'm always rushing it. A coffee and cigarette, and I just want to sit there and take it in. Fresh air as well as a cigarette. It sounds a bit dumb when it going outside to get some fresh air and have a cigarette, but do some art. Well, do some finish the art. So it's really, I'm so glad I can't print off at the moment anyway. So just it's feeling trying to see it's like no art is pointless even if I can't print off the room because it'll be at least done for when I can print again. It's either that or edit some footage, which actually to be fair, that's probably a shout. I might edit some more footage, guys, and then I'll be back on in like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or something. I'm so gutted. I had a really good idea. Like a really fucking sound idea, and I've completely forgotten it. And the reason I know it's going is because it was a plan that was taking quite a good few hours, and it's saying I need to distract it today. Oh well, we have an order to send off. I'm going to be sending extras in this order because I messed up. It's not really on me. It's just the printer won't work, so I can't print a flipping shipping label out. And I'm like, great. So I emailed her, I haven't got anything back, and he's not complaining. So I'm guessing he's just waiting patiently for his delivery, and I feel obviously quite bad about it. So at that point, this is why it pays to be a boss, because it's like, thank you for being patient with a business. We understand it's an inconvenience. We're a small company, and I mean, it's no longer than say coming from Shein, but actually quicker because it's coming from UK. Like once I send it off, it should be with you within a day or two. So where things get is standard, it's like 5 business days. I still have a bit of time to send it, but I feel bad because I like to give them that time because then things come nice and early as well. So I get sent off. As I said, I've got nothing to ship at the moment. I literally can't ship because I can't print off my shipping label. But I will be doing that today at like 12 or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'll be back very soon. I'm just gonna go for a cigarette, ASMR, and chill out for like 10 minutes or something, just to get some. Because multiple things went wrong again this morning, like the printer still isn't rebooting. I have no idea what I'm gonna do about that whole situation. So yeah, yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry I'm all over the place this morning, and then I'm testing the wheels again for. These are my wheels I made, by the way. So they're Urethane proprietary blend. Like so, main mix of Urethane. They act like 101A or 99A wheels, so you can power slide with them, right? But they're nice and bouncy, like these. That's 85. That's 85. So they're both the same formula. But if you listen to what 100A sounds like, it sounds like a rock, right? But you can power slide with both of these. Honestly, they're not like 101A. If you still got to like, you won't power slide. That's if I can get English, Josh. You won't power slide as far. You won't revert as far. Like reverts aren't really for distance anyway. But I mean, you still have good grip. You'll figure out when people use them, you get a feel for them. I love them. They're so fucking smooth, and you don't really feel the cracks as much, any bumps, any stones or pebbles. Beautiful, but they act like as a street skater. I need street wheel. You know what I mean? I like Spitfires, like my 101As. I like Wheels. I like OJs. I like my really, really tough wheels. Like, but at the same time, I've never liked the fact that I feel every bump and crack I done in my legs. You know, it's almost like shin splints. You get this vibration in your legs, but these absorb a lot of the vibrating too. But normally, to do this, people have had to do split drum, mixed drum, or dual drum, meaning either it's poured in two halves. The outer side is the softer one and a harder inside, or vice versa. Or there's an aluminium core or aluminum core for my Americans. I like it. It's funny. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah, aluminium core, and then your softer outside. So obviously it absorbs it, but it's still dead in that case. It absorbs a lot of the shock, but you still can't power side thing because it's a softer outside, right? But then with these, this has got 4 natural elements, including the urethane. 8, and I'd show people actually it is 85. All I'm working with 85 here. 2 parts, and then the 4 natural elements. They're literally natural, they're non-toxic. I don't have to give them away. All I say is one of them is a natural filler. Very, very natural, like plant-based. Another one is actually still from the earth. It's like a metal-based plant one, which a lot of them do. They have metal, like, but it has to be such 2 precise measurements and weights. Now, normally, if I made a skateboard wheel without a pressurizer pot and just let these have air bubbles in them too, they would probably break and be brittle. But these don't. And considering like they should have been like, so if you imagine a wheel, if it's completely solid, it has equal spread of pressure. But when there's holes and little air pockets inside of it, that acts as like it can make it split and crack because pressure goes to that area, and instead of just going right through it and splitting, like through an area that's got no holes, it just hits that point, goes around it, and can actually cause pressure points to split through. So it's but these are holding up so well. I've launched them all down at front throwdowns. I've done like bonuses. I've done like nollie front shove it, front side pop shove it. Anything to get like at least box height, hip height, off the curb. No cracks, nothing like that. Super smooth. And when I have a depressurized, whatever they're called, the pots that suck all the fucking air out of things. Once I have that, I see them being, obviously they're going to be even stronger. But that's the point. They were meant to break already, but they haven't. So I mean, that's just a fucking win-win in itself. You're going to see how skating them already quite a little bit, but they are nice. So ignore the bearings, they're a bit messed up. Flush inside, rounded outside. So when you're doing grinds, it's a flush surface. I will be. There's a company that wants me to send them off to him, but I'm a little bit like, I am going to. But I'm going to obviously send them off with myself in a little envelope, like a little motherfucker. Ooh, but no. Be like, look, I'm just be honest with you. If you got to respect that my work, like they have been, and you can keep it. All I say, all will be revealed soon. It's a massive. I don't want to out respect because nothing had that in the name still the sign on yet. Yeah, I think people are impressed by the fact no one yet has managed to make a wheel. You can kind of use it in both situations. People have dual, like people might have soft wheels on the front and back of the board, or people might have a cruiser board and a street board, right? For street skating, and it will, cruiser board, i.e. transition a bit as well. Maybe it's not a full-on cruiser like lengthwise, but it's got softer wheels, better grip. So if you're at the skate park, and me, I always wanted something. Like, I do a bit of transition. I do rock and rock and roll, and I do axle stalls and stuff like that. I still like having my street wheels. I don't want to have to change over. So I've always wanted something that would work like this. And I said, there ain't no faking the grip. People will feel it for sure. You can hear it when you start, well, yeah, it rattled everything still and shit will move things, but this will just roll over back and forth. It doesn't, it's locked in place. I will be doing soft wheels at this for people who still don't want to power slide. But this was the end goal, and we've achieved it. And as I said, there is so many people interested in this purely. You got to remember, I am also my first person to make wheels that aren't urethane that screech. So they're not made of urethane at all. No urethane was made. No urethane was made in the process. Like, it was. Yeah, obviously having no urethane in a skateboard wheel is a little bit different because people only trust in urethane, or they just get a wheel, and if it's something else other than urethane, people just assume it's urethane. But if it said something else, they'll be like, oh, so that's why it's got to be like proprietary blend of this for now until people can really get a feel for the wheel. Oh man, I'm so excited about this. This is next level shit, man. It really is. Like, I haven't processed it yet. How to describe it when you haven't processed? Like, I haven't processed making what I made. But yeah, obviously this one has a lot more of a hard ass feel to it. Compared to so both 85A, but one is a street cruiser. Unique formula that allows you to power slide and revert but still maintain grip. And it's not split dual drum or anything, it's all 85A. It's just two elements, so technically four, that allow you to do the power slides. And then this, that's what an actual 85A wheel would do. You wouldn't be able to do power slides really. Like, it will lock up to 85 polyurethane. Right. Not locking up at all. And if you listen to it, it sounds pretty much the same as this one. A little bit harder, granted, because it's going to be. But that's what a normal fucking hard wheel that you can do power slides on sounds like. Right, single D both. You'll be able to power slide both of them. Obviously, that's a little bit more, because that is still 85A. And that's 101A. The fact that they're even close in ability to power slide is kind of crazy. But you can definitely hear the difference there. That one didn't sound too. There you go. That one will always be hard. This one, there is moments where it sounds a little bit harder, and so that's because it's a compact, still formula. It's a harder formula than just the urethane on its own, so to speak. Thank you, bro. Hope you're having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good day. I mean, honestly, I'm so excited. So if anyone's watched for the last few days, you'll know that. But I don't know how long now. These are my wheels. You can still power slide on them. These are another company you could definitely power slide. You can hear the difference, right? These are so quiet. really sound different now. But they've also got bounce. Like mine bounce really nicely. And obviously, a lot of people think because if you look it up, it's misleading. If you Google will wheels need to be like bouncier to hard, and it's like, oh no. But when you look, well, skateboard wheels need to be more rubbery and bouncy to me. It was like, oh yeah, the rebounds. In that case, skateboard wheels are more durable, so they will last longer and won't be as brittle or break or at all if they are a more rubbery rubber like 85A, with the components allowing it to act. So it's like there's a win-win. There's no reason not to skate them realistically, because if you want it in both scenarios, you want street skating but a cruiser board, then they do that perfectly. Like trust me, they feel like a cruiser board, but then the moment you want to do tricks on them, they also smooth as shit. I'd say they're close to what I would feel like a 98 wheel, to be honest with you. Well, they're 85, like maybe 90 to 95. So you can still definitely, they're not like, they're quite 99A or 101A or 100. They're close. And I reckon, depending on the speed you were going, for sure. Like, if you were going really fast, you'd be able to get a good power slide, 100%. Because, I mean, I can tell if I was to push it slower, it's got more grip. So when people like even start off pushing doing a line, like it's got better grip. Like, so the faster you go, the more speed you could, the more grip you are going to potentially lose slightly. But there's nothing wrong with that, because that's the standard for having a street skate wheel anyway. Like if something's 101A, you don't have grip the whole time really. You do. It's weight. But if anyone's ever got like me skates 101A wheels, if you even just throw your shoulders slightly, you can like power slide for days. Like 101A wheels slide on anything. The traction is shit, but that's the good thing about street skating. But with these, you have to power slide the same, but have the same shock absorbent as an 85A, because they are 85A. But the power slide speaks for itself. Like you can still do them. They have the same sound. They're actually more shock absorbent, more sound absorbent than your typical 101A wheels, but being able to do the same tricks and then ideal shit. So sounds like a rock, right? More bouncy, way more bouncy. That kind of just, and you'd think, oh, it absorbs it. Like it doesn't. It just doesn't distribute. Like this absorbs the shot because it goes back into itself and transfers the energy. Obviously, when you're on a skateboard, the weight picks up. And then, as I say, so power slide, pretty much getting the same effect out of both of these wheels. If anything, this is just ridiculously loud. Like if you're going to skate these, you'll know what I mean. If you've ever done power slides, these still make the noise when you power slide, but they're so much quieter. And that compared to that, like this, sounds like a rock. These ones sound like a rock. Mine, they absorb so much of the impact. They bounce more, but they also aren't as loud. You're very welcome. But as I said, 85, just won't power slide. If you try and power slide with these 85, won't do fight. But these ones, I have to turn over then still, but yeah. Easy peasy. I mean, it still makes things move. That's like saying that this will make the table rock a bit. It will do if I push it, you know what I mean? So you're essentially getting like a 95A wheel as an 85A wheel. So that's why I'm calling them street cruisers. And that sounds a bit misleading, but street skating and have a plus in the middle and cruisers, because cruiser wheels are normally softer, street skating wheels are harder, and it's taking the two best parts from each wheel. The reboundability, that's not a word, let's make up. The reboundability, the bounciness of that 85A wheel, and the ability to power slide from 101A wheel. There's no bounce in 101A, so a lot of shock absorption here. It just bounce quieter. It's even louder. You still get that, you still get the reverb noises and the power slide noises. They're also more heat durable because of what they're made with. It's urethane still, but the other elements make it more heat durable. So after riding it, if you feel, I've done it yesterday, if I felt my wheels and then the other company's wheels, these were so much hotter, to the point where after a while I could deform wheels. Because heat can deform urethane after a while. So if you've got the boiling hot sun beating down, melting curb, and you're skating all day, yeah, I see it potentially causing more flat spots or uneven wheel shape for sure. So yeah, man, I would have you back there, but unfortunately at the moment boards aren't available because I want to make sure that they are perfect. So I made these decks. This is a flip and the go bird board. Sorry, this one needs another coating. This is a glow in the dark board with an X-ray run up someone's board's gone up someone's ass. I am going to be doing. I've got funny thing is also I've got fingerboards I made, and they were just going to be like a little hobbyist thing for me originally. But I will stop everything at some point. So we've got skating from beanies. It's my own beanie because I wouldn't sell what I wouldn't use. Jumpers with the logo on it, and it's printed directly onto the fabric. So it's not like that fucking vinyl stuff that peels in the wash. Like this is good quality shit. Like it's all printed, and it's not like it needs some embroidery. Like some stuff will be embroidered. It's because I wanted it light and airy, and that's the best way to print onto it. And it's very durable. Like actually, I can show people how durable it is. Bear with. This has been in a standard heat wash, like 50 or 60 degrees. Now don't do this to it because I don't want the flame if the jumper does start to fade out for people. It's not my choice if people want to put it. But this was on a 40-degree wash or 50-degree wash. That's how the logo held up still, right? And obviously it's purple. This has had a few washes now, but that was a hot wash and directly onto the fabric because with that you don't get the horrible peely shit come off. You don't get that vinyl. It just goes more retro over a long period of time. A lot of companies have stopped doing printing onto the fabric directly. I don't know why, because it's so much better in my opinion. Like it's so much better to have it directly on the fabric. It's less tacky, and then it just fades after a while, and then it just looks more retro. So that's what all of mine do. I won't be printing it onto a vinyl. I will just be printing directly onto all of the merch, the jumpers, the socks like I've done, the beanies. Yeah, man, I wish I could have the back there on grip tape. As soon as I have like the boards, and as soon as I've made enough boards and they're going on the store, I will be trying to work on trucks next because I want mine to be like I've got everything for skateboarders: jumpers, tops, beanies, and if other companies want to have some of their stuff on my store, maybe. But they're not. It's a place to not overcharge skaters. Everything's a fair price. It's like skate mark, right? But like, if folks doing these, if they weren't trying to, they're actual skaters themselves, like me. Like I just can't believe what I've done, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, actually, I can because I love skating so much. Of course, I can. Like, it's generally there's nothing else otherwise. It's otherworldly. My love for skating, and I know there's skaters that would agree. It's fucking alien, bro. It really is. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. Probably more 10. I'm gonna go lock it when I come back, and obviously I'll lock in. I don't know if I uploaded the video of me skateboarding on it or not with my wheels. So if not, actually I don't think I can upload that now. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit, I'm afraid. But I'll do that after I've come to live today. But yeah, man, honestly, I'm so excited to get these decks out. I'm so excited to get these wheels. Well, the wheels are obviously kind of made already. Just the last few testing stages, and we're good to go. I mean, good to go. Obviously, different to other skaters. Because truth is, I would rather really mess myself up first skating, and at the moment, I don't think they're going to break. I honestly think they're going to hold up. Not even think. I'm pretty damn sure they're not going to break. There's not even a think. It's like I'm like 98% sure. It's just because the air bubbles at the moment. I haven't got a deep pressure, whatever it is, so the air can suck all the air out of things. I don't have one of those yet, and normally wheels would be quite brittle. Apparently, if they don't, it has air bubbles in it, and I don't know if it's when I'm. Blah, 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 blah. It's because I've made the compound, which is stronger anyway. So if I actually took the air bubbles out and had the fact that my compound and these wheels are getting so fucking durable, but not even like things have to be durable like rock hard like 101.8. As I said, they power. The best parts about the wheel, more durability, weather resistant. They act like 85A for a rebound, so they bounce better, so they absorb more shock, while they power slide like 85, like 95 to 101.8. It's not been done before. It's a completely new idea, and it fucking works. Like it honestly does. I'm so happy about it. I'm sorry for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you want to get a soft wheel, then you buy big softies. You buy 76A, or if you want some hard wheel, you buy some 99A. There isn't really anything that has the two in one wheel. Like the best parts from all the wheels in one. As I said, more weather resistant, more durable. Has a rebound like an 85A wheel, so it bounces better shock absorbing. But it power slides like a 101A. Like hasn't been done before, and we've made it. It's not a case of like, oh, it's a working concept. It's been done. Like this is 85, this is 85, right? That doesn't power slide. This power slides. And then if I put it next to another 101A wheel, that's how they should sound. Where it doesn't. But you can power slide with it the same. Like it's the new. It's not been done before. So I'm honestly so fucking excited about it. I can't believe it, and I can't thank you all enough. And I'm excited for everybody to follow on this journey because, as I say, that's not been done before. This is a first, 100%. I've done a few first things now, which is mind-boggling to me. I don't know how. I felt like everyone had done everything growing up. Do you know what I mean? Anywho, 101A. That's what it sounds like. 85A. What mine sound like, right? Nice and bouncy. But it's still mine are 85A, but because of the components, power slides like a 99A. As I said, look, power slide. This is 101A, but mine has good rebound. Like this sounds like a rock. And this is 85A too, but this is what an 85A wheel should do. Grip onto fucking everything. Like that's literally what a cruiser wheel would be like. And then these, I know they're like slightly different colour, but you got to look at the back colour more. It was more there. It's because I poured it in two halves. I made the mixture kind of wrong. I didn't make enough of it, but it's the same formula. This one is 100% the same formula, and the formula that's on my wheels now on my skateboard. As I said, it's not been done before. They've made split durometer, dual durometer, all these different things, but they've not managed to make one durometer, which I've done. Well, they have done that obviously, but that's not dumb as shit. They've made one durometer, but they've not managed to make the durometer purple. Yeah, that's like a great English job. They've not managed to make one durometer multi-purpose use. So 85A is perfect for rebound, which is what I wanted. I wanted the shock. I wanted to be able to absorb the pedal and every bit crack and nook and cranny, right? But I also wanted a power slide, and that's what, as I said, we've achieved in one wheel. It's like not using split joint. It's not having an aluminium core. It is purely using the elements that I mix in when you cure in the process. And as I said, my 85A wheel that power slides. Because I mean, look at that. No grip. Well, there's enough grip. This is 101A. That's how hard it sounds when it hits. So if you can imagine, skating's a lot louder with these as well. So a lot of people like louder skating, but to be honest with you, I personally think sometimes they're too loud. As 101A, especially if you've got neighbours or things like that, sometimes they are too loud. As I said, it's like a rock, where these have good rebound, but still you can power slide like 101A. It's not been done before. Unique formula, not just urethane, part of my formula, but and they will be ready within a year. I guarantee it. Hopefully before that, but that's the latest point I'm giving, just so everyone's hopes like I've got the skateboards that are coming out too. I kind of want to be able to release them all at the same time. At least the wheels. I'm going to be making bushings. Like I said, I'm going to be making bushings too, using the same formula because I thought actually, you know what? It's urethane, isn't it? So if I just get a mould and I actually make some urethane bushings too, with this formula I've got. Because obviously, as I said, it's got great rebound, but they're squidgy and soft, and that's what you need. You need the rebound in this material that I've made is incredible. So, like, I reckon if we had bushings and wheels, and you ollied with this, you really would not feel a lot of the shock, the impact. It absorbs so much of it it's fucking ridiculous. I done an ollie and I was like, it felt like I barely ollied because of how smooth the landing felt. When I'm doing it in the 101A wheels, I absolutely now I don't think I'm ever going to go back to 101A wheels if I'm making these. And I'm not being biased. It's for I think the initial euphoria and the dopamine and everything has gone from that first day I skated my own wheels. I'm like now day 5 or 6. I've had them for longer than that, but I've skated wheels. So it'll be like day 4 or 5, right? And after that period, I'm like, I've already calmed down with it. I've accepted I've got the wheel. I am really happy about it, but so that initial dopamine bias is going to be gone. And I would have changed back over to my other wheels if I didn't like my wheels. I actually wish I had four of them because they are the smoothest wheels that feel like, well, they are 85A, which is really soft, right? But they power slide because of the elements I've added to them, like like a 95A wheel, I guess. The power slides still has good, like they don't sound like rocks, but they power slide like 101A. Like this, as I said, guys, this hasn't been done before. You guys are actually seeing a first, so welcome, welcome to the world's first. Honestly, I think it's like a second or a third first that I've done. Can you get in a Guinness World Record for doing something the first time? Probably not. I think it's like, well, maybe, I don't know. It's not really important, is it? But as I say, if you're on a power slide, normally you're going to, even these have more grip. It feels like by doing this than my 85A wheels do, right? And it's just a sticky match there. Like, you seeing that? These are 85A. If I drop it, you see it's bouncy, not too loud. Ready? They're just rocks. So if you're wanting to power slide in these are ridiculously loud, ridiculously potentially brittle. I'm not trying to shit on these other companies, that's why I turn it around. So I love OJs, and that's not what they are, but I'm just saying these are OJs. These are rocks, bro. I'm saying, like, you want a power slide? Cool, right? My wheels, you can power slide too, but they're 85A. Because they're not a dual durometer mixed or split, it's one durometer with a mixed chemical in it, allowing it to be able to bounce so much softer. Look at that. I mean, generally, it's not been done before. I'm sorry, guys, I'm just so ecstatic about it because now I'm like processing it more and more. I'm like, holy shit, I've done a first again. Like, that's soft compared to. But the reason that is soft and that's hard, 85A, 101A. But normally that'd be okay, cool, power slide with these. So you couldn't what? You couldn't power slide with these? Wrong. You can power slide with them too. I mean, I'm honestly so fucking excited, guys. They power slide the same. They literally power slide the same, right? My wheel, I have a company, 101A. I'm gonna actually have to do a video on this. 101A, 85A, right? Like the difference is unparalleled. My wheel and their wheel, right? Power slide with both. 101A, 85A. The only reason you'd have 85A is soft wheels to go over cracks and bumps, and they're more cruisers, right? But as a street skater who's got rough, crusty ass curves, I wanted to be able to combine the two. So 101A, I'm not lying, I can show people. So is it in there? 101A, right? If I drop this, it sounds like a rock. If I drop mine, sounds like a rubber. It bounces. It absorbs the sound, it absorbs the impact, right? My wheels are nice and quiet compared to these. But you can power slide with both 85A, 101A. Only difference is a few elements. And I'm not lying, this is 101A in there and 85. I know I've shown people the short hardness down here. Let me just so if I look at this, short hardness 85A. So 85A and 101A quite vastly far apart and different, but they're not really, are they? Like from the sound of them, the feel of them, and that's what I'm going to make a video on today because that has never been done before. That is a fucking first because people have struggled. They have had to make the wheels a harder, short hardness by potentially risking it being more brittle too. Because it is, like, if the harder the wheel, the more brittle it potentially can be. Where the more rubbery it is, the more it absorbs the impact, right? It vibrates easier because it's rubber. The molecules vibrate easier, so it doesn't. That's why rubberier wheels are more bouncy and break less brittle than 101A. But mine still power slides at 85A like a 101A wheel because of the elements I've added. It's a first. I can't wait to release them to the public, guys, and I know it's gonna. For me, I wanted to be able to have cruisers and street wheels always. It's annoying. I was like, oh, this perfect moment for a cruiser ball. oh, I now need a street walk. So obviously you do reverts, power slides. Sometimes you want more grip. Ta-da! We've done it. And also you want more bounce, like more shock absorption. You can hear it quite quiet in comparison to this. 1 second. Right, if I push this, the power slides quite nicely. These 101.8 sound like a rock. Right, so they're louder to skate. They don't absorb as much impact, so it goes all into your knees and your hips a little bit more. Especially for street skate, it can be quite gnarly. So, as I say, you can power slide with both. The fifth was this one, which is 85A2. That's what 85A normally does. Pay attention in school with science, I'm serious. That's how I actually know this. Because I understand molecular bonding and what things connect with. Just bond and don't when they cure. You know, because the thing is, things are very much so easy in the sense of maybe things have added hydrocarbons. There's things that are so similar to each other. You wouldn't think it, but the only difference is a few carbons, hydrocarbons, things like that. Sorry, not atoms. Carbons, hydrocarbons, or like oxygen, CO2. It's literally any element combining to make just a complete new element. It really is. Because you're like, okay, so if oxygen is CO2 and this many hydrocarbons or whatever, and that bonds with this chemical, while this other chemical only has 2 extra added hydrocarbons, it's essentially the same chemical. So surely it should bond. That's the mindset, and it honestly does work. And that's what I'm saying. Even to a degree, paying a healthy amount of attention as school would help. But it's never been done before. It's a first, and I'm honestly so fucking excited to be able to release them to everybody. Because everybody struggled with like, oh, do I get an 85A wheel or do I not, or 76 for like rebound, like strength and grip, or do you want to get a harder wheel where you can do power slides and reverts and street skate, but they are also more. The thing is, they're potentially more brittle. They don't absorb the shock. So when you're doing ollies and kickflips and anything like that, you feel every single slam on the ground. You feel every single crack, every stone, everything. But when you're skating 85A, you feel it is smooth as shit. They just be rolling. But people say, oh, I don't want 85 because I can't do power slides or reverts as a street skater. But now you can, as I say. I'm honestly set. So this is 85A, this is 85A with my formula. This doesn't, it grips too much. But this, go, this 101A wheel, and if I drop this, you can hear how hard, and there's like no bounce to it really. Okay, that's a terrible example. You can hear it's slightly softer, and it will bounce higher, because the rebound's better. Now granted, compared to this one, because it still has my element in it, like this one is going to be just really soft. This is still slightly louder, but compared to that, which is just like a rock. So that's why people always get high wheels, so you guys got your power slides and the reverts and your street skating, so you don't get like you do grinds that don't lock in. But 85, my street cruisers will have you covered. They have the power slides and reverts, but absorbing a lot of your impact better than that. Because I'm sorry, people are going to realise how much they need this when it's released, because you'll skate it and be like, holy shit, my knees. And as someone who has had a lot of injuries from skateboarding, it's been a massive goal of mine to be able to make something that makes skating just slightly less impactful on your hips and joints and knees every single landing. Now, the only way to really do that is to make better bushings and better wheels that have better rebound, but still, as I say, like me, I love power slides. I get it, so you can still power slide with these 85A wheels, which is unheard of. It's not been done before. It's the first. Because I normally would have to get 101A sound like rocks, where mine still has good bounce, even from a height, power slide. But it is, I'm not like challenge people, it is 85A. I'll show you the short hardest when I come back, because that's what the 85A is. But then, oh crap, I dropped the wheels again. But then this one here is 101A. Can you see that? Yeah, 101A. So I normally like either 99 or 101A, because personally I want soft wheels for the impact. Because when you're rolling, it's so smooth. Soft wheels make it feel like butter. But at the same time, if you want to do any shove it tricks, or any tricks at all, like especially trades where you want to do 360s or a laser, you want to be able to have almost no traction at the point of shoving and popping and scooping. So yeah, with these, you get they still slide about the same, even when I put full weight into it. I'd arguably say that they slide a little bit better. These, yeah, they actually do. That's fucking mental. What 101A? They actually have less grip. So these are going to be some of the less grippiest. Obviously, these ones are overkill. Like the ones on my board is not the correct amount in the wheels. So let me show you. So you can still have slide, but there's still a healthy amount of grip. These, you can feel it. It's loud as well. So the difference is unparalleled, really. So they're quieter, they're more shock absorbent, they're more weather resistant, and you know every time, they're so loud. But then this, my wheel 85A. So I know it doesn't seem like it because you can power slide, but it's a unique formula. It's going to be difficult. Just want to try and explain to everyone because people are going to really struggle to get in the mindset. The drum and now equals how much you can power slide. Because I can make these 76A and they would still power slide the same. Because I'm only using the rubber itself as the base element of like. Because when you do dual drum work, it's two types, right? And all that shit. But with this, oh, I can't say it anymore, guys. It literally, I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining it right. I don't even understand it. I know I am, and I know this is just a fucking awesome idea, and I'm so confused why people want like. I mean, each their own. Honestly, I just don't care. I really don't care. I have an infinite wheel hitch now, and the first kind of wheels of their kind. They're 85A, so they have the best of shock absorbent I've ever felt. And I'm maybe a bit biased, and I mean, I can just even showcase like these are both. That's 101A. That's my 85A, but formula wheel. They shouldn't power slide like that. But it's because of the formula. Now look, they have good rebound too, which is why I wanted 85A wheels, but that could power slide because the only benefit to 85s and softer wheels is they're good shock absorbance, but you can't do reverts and shit. This, it's so hard. It's like a rock landing down. So no wonder every time your street skating, your hips are being done for. Like this is absorbing nothing. But oh, cool! I can power slide in them. Yeah, my new wheels you can power slide too, and revert, and they're so much quieter, and they're shock absorbent, and they actually have a good rebound. And I'm dropping them everywhere. They do have graphics on them. Like, I mean, on the sides of the wheel, and they are in testing phases now, guys. So these are my wheels here. They're 85A, but they power slide. This is what I've wanted my whole life. It maybe even work on some 76As that have the same. I mean, no cap. These. Sorry, my bad. Let me just bring the camera. It's just a tad bit easier. So, Shore Hardness, 85A, right? So it's two wheels. Let me bring it back around again. And 85 without my formula in it. Grips onto everything. Is even making that slide about right. This, it still slides more. Yeah, it still will let you do that. And even if I put my elbow grease down to it, the most messed up part, this is, I'm not going to name the company, we're not going to, you know, this is maybe 101A. Even when I push hard enough, you can see that it still grips. But my 85A, which should definitely not grip as much as that, no, sorry, should grip more than that, you can push through it. Even like the ultimate locking point. So power slides on these are beautiful. And then when this has like, holy shit, I went gliding. But it still has more grip than you, like, typically speaking, on a lighter note, when you're pushing down lighter, the grip's better. But when you give it some, it alleviates, which is how I was describing. I mean, it gives in a little. You'll get used to people will get used to it. But the main thing is the shock absorber. Now, you see those like ones with those memory foam, like shoe things, stuff like that. That's all fair and well. We do need those. They will help people. But people never think about the wheel, the concrete, and absorbing. So I'm going to be doing bushings as well. But yeah, how that just fell flat. It didn't absorb any of the impact. It didn't even spread out evenly. It's so hard. It's so loud. These ones, it bounces. Obviously, when you're on the board, you're not going to do an ollie and bounce. I mean, that'd be fucking hilarious. But yeah, they're just better. Have way more rebound. That's just a rock. And that doof you're feeling will go straight into. There's no difference. They're essentially nearly the same weight. I mean, they should really. man. Yeah, it's going good. So I thought I was like an email. I was like, how's it? Oh yeah, how's it going? It's going good, bro. I'm really happy about the wheels. They've not broken. How's your day going? Sorry, I need to remember. Sometimes I get so excited I forget to ask people back. My bad. But yeah, I hope you're having a good day, bro. I know people can hear this, like audibly. Sounds like a rock, or okay, that was a bad example. It really was. Sometimes, there you go. It's alright. Rock hard. But once I push too much, it grips more. 101A wheels, which should have essentially no grip at all, grips more than my 85A wheels. But they're so much softer, they don't hurt the legs. So essentially, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the power slides from 101A, you're getting the shock absorbedness of an 85A wheel. That's like never been done before. So I'm excited. I know people just hear it, that's why I'm trying to show people you can visibly and hear it. Like, pull a new game, go on, bro. So I wish I could get back into gaming. I do. I generally don't have the time. Not to shit on anyone for having the time. I chose to do what I do at the end of the day. I mean, I love it, but I can't believe it. The wheels, man. It's like not processed it right yet because the person I was speaking to said, and very high up, it will all be made apparent soon. Oh, I've heard a lot of people talk about changing it. And I was like, yeah, but have they actually been working on it? Apparently, these people sent them out wheels to test. Like they hadn't even tested themselves because the bearings wouldn't even fit. Where I'm straight putting them on my board, like let's go skating. I'm kind of hoping it broke because it would be a funny little video to post. But I mean, it didn't. But I'm also probably the best outcome. And then I'm so optimistic. I'm like the best outcomes are the only outcomes. I'm either going to skate and it's going to work. That's great. Or I'm going to fall off and it's going to make a funny video. And then I'll know where I've gone wrong and I can try again and I've learned from my mistakes. So the most optimistic mindset to have things, for sure. Right. As I said, trying to get the formula right and the wheel right. This one's first. This one's got like a little air pocket in it because the stuff that I put in it, obviously, polyurethane is very thermic reaction, especially when you put in this other stuff. So it causes more air bubbles. So that's why I'm going to need the pressurizer pot. The fact they're not broken without me pressurized is unbelievable. Shows how strong these will be once I sucks all the air bubbles out. Like holy shit, like they will not break. Well, they, obviously wheels can break, but I mean, they're also when I was skating him, I was checking to see about the heat resistance because the stuff I put in him should make it more heat resistant. I was like, oh, it could be like a happy like added side, not side effect, but you know what I mean, like another bonus to it that I didn't think about. And after skating down and bombing it in the heat, I felt these were better, but they're quite warm, you know. So I felt mine, and they barely had any heat to them whatsoever. Meaning the thermic reaction, it almost rather than storing it, it's either transferred it or it's released it well enough to not. Because after a while, you might not know this, but your heat can deform urethane a little bit. So sometimes if you've got more flat spots in the wheel, it could sometimes actually not just be the fact you've been riding it and doing power slides. It could be the board's been sat on a hot bit of really hot bit of metal and a ramp or some concrete or something that's like slightly melted because it's so hot, and it can slightly deform the shape of the wheel. Just slightly if it's hot enough, and you're in a like hot enough country for sure. But yeah, man, it's like honestly, oh, it's too fucking exciting. I mean, I will be doing a little competition where I'm going to make a load of wheels, and then people can get some free wheels sent out. You don't have to review them on the video or anything. I just want people to know what they want to see. Quite a few things, my guy. I mean, it really depends. First, I'm going to do some medical, and then, as I say, I kind of want to get a lathe and test the wheel. Put it on the lathe, spin the wheel as fast as I can, and maybe put some sandpaper down by the side, or I don't know. I want to see how durable it is, and then run it up against another wheel I have. I might use this black one because I actually like black wheels, so I might use that and then that one or something. See which one's gonna outdo what. I mean, I think this was 99A. Even that sounds like a rock compared to this. You honestly hearing the difference. What the fuck? I've made some really nice, quiet sound wood, but they're like the same weight. They're also harder because of the elements I've mixed in there. I'm honestly so confused right now. They're harder, more durable. You can power slide better. but they have better rebound than I swear this should have been done before. I feel like we've been mugged off. Like they've not put them in two wheels because they want people to buy two wheels. It's like, oh, if we actually have 85 and 101A, if you have them together, people don't need to buy both sets of wheels. They just buy something that kind of does suits for both needs. Good shock absorbent, good grip. Also, when you need to power slide, you can power slide. Easy as peasy. I posted a video on it yesterday doing a power slide. One of them generally freaked the shit out of me because I went to do like a 180, but it happened so quick the ball had left that it moved from the ground. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I literally went like that fast. That's what it seemed like. Go back and watch the video, and you can see it afterwards. I kind of processed what I'd done. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? It's like I teleported. It really threw me off, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna grab this medical. I say medical. I keep saying it as a habit, just a cigarette. It's not actually. I would be so lucky. And then see if I've uploaded the video while I come off the live for a minute, and then if I haven't, I'll upload it. Actually, I might leave that to later on. I don't see the point in uploading the video while I'm on a live because most people are watching me on the live. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. I thought before it worked really well because it'd be like people would then see the video and see that it also says live on my thingy, but that didn't. That wasn't the case either. So yeah, I normally leave the videos for days that I'm not on a line or on a line, on a live or online. Oh, 100%, man. I mean, see, it sounds weird because you think the wheels would bounce, meaning you bounce on the board. If that makes it even slightly, but you don't. It's more like where the. So when you do it, if you drop a wheel, the energy transfers for something. Energy doesn't die, it just transfers to a degree. So obviously when you hit the table, it's literally spreading to this tiny little pot and then it's throwing it off. It's not got enough time to almost kinetically go into the table and bounce back. Because the way I describe it, imagine like a pinpoint. As it goes down, it pulls this energy, it's like a field around it to a degree, hits it, and the bouncier and the more buoyancy, the more it can vibrate is the best way to describe it. The way it can vibrate, so the rigidiness, that's not the fucking hell, that word, how rigid it is would also determine it. So obviously the bouncier it is, or also depending on how hard it is around as well, because then at a certain point, like everything acts differently at speed. So like obviously, if this felt like I'm gonna hit it, or I'll either break it or it's gonna act differently. It's like under observation, like they say as well. So technically, I get what you get now. So I'm trying to long mansplain it. So yeah, when the wheels have got that bounce, I will say they would help if you got tricked with air to then land, not like to get off the ground because you technically that's all to do with the tail, how good your pop is and slide is, and lifting your legs up in the air. Like bouncier wheels wouldn't actually mean your tricks get higher, but they do mean that when you land from your tricks, it's going to hurt a lot less. Because I say this sound you can hear is a lack of an energy transfer. It doesn't go anywhere, so it ends up just making a loud noise because it doesn't vibrate through it so much, and the energy disperses. Where these wheels, you can separate. You know what I mean? Sometimes they just bounce back up. And sometimes it's a bit louder because I might hit that flat spot. When I say flat spot, I mean completely like that. But generally speaking, it absorbs a lot more of the impact. Meaning any tricks you say with air, if you mean on the way back down 100%, it makes it so much more comfortable. If you had shock absorbent shoes, those memory foam pads that Jaws, Aaron Jaws has advertising at the moment I've seen, plus these wheels, you will not get shin splints easy. You probably won't hurt. It probably won't hurt you as much. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. See, I was gonna say, I don't know if you meant when I say these are hefty. Weirdly enough, these really are. Let me get some scales, and I'll show people. These are really not far off in weight, which is surprising considering this. Even this one, I'd say that weighs more, and it's smaller. And I'm like, I mean, this isn't really making sense to me. And like I said, with these as well, there's still too much grip for some people for my liking. If you want to get a really nice power slide with these, look at that, bro. Like, it's not making old table rock. But if I went to do that with this, But they're 101A. So I managed to combine essentially the hardest wheel you can probably revert on and power slide with the softest grippy wheel for the rebound without actually mixing durometers at all. Keeping it one durometer. So on this, I haven't got like 95 and 101A and then like 80, like, you know, it doesn't kill the same. One needs an oven, one just air cooled, one takes a night, one takes 7 days. So, yeah, the only one I have is this 85A. And yeah, as I said, a few elements, and now I've literally got a wheel that is fucking ideal for power slide. Like, honestly, probably the best wheel you can probably get for power sliding, because I've got OJs, and I've also got well, not anymore, but I had some Spitfires, 101 the 101A. Those are going to be the best wheels for power slides, but even that have more grip than my wheels do. But then it's weird, like it depends what you call grip. When you throw it into the slide, they don't grip; they will power slide. But when you're skating, they grip the same. I don't, fuck knows what I did. Honestly. No, it's not really at all. I've tried speaking up a little bit. Obviously, trying to stay in one room as well. I've done a lot of the house chores that I done last night that I have to do throughout the day. Um, just wanted to explain that really before I went for a cigarette. But I get caught in a loop of explaining what I'm saying. But there's no, I need to speak up. I need to get a mic as well. It's just, it's mumbling before I get that. It's because it's not comfortable talking at that loud, right? My voice naturally is quite deep, and I have to add almost like a higher pitched tone to it for it to be heard by people. I don't know if anyone like understands that. It's a real nuisance. It's not anyone's fault. It's just if I'm like, yeah, what's good? Yeah, like, I'm just chilling or something like I talk like that, and people are like, especially if you're in the same room, they just can't hear you. So I'm like, so I add this sort of pitch to it rather than like talking like this. There's a slight, I don't even know, but it's not like a fake deep voice, or a fake high voice. It's just differences. Speaking a higher octave, whatever it's called. You know what I mean? So like normally I'd speak like this, and then this is how I'm comfortably talking. But people, I can't hear you, so I'm like, oh, okay. If I speak like this, do people hear me a little bit better than they do? And it's weird because it's not how I feel like I sound. So when I'm editing back footage to do long form videos, I'm like, oh no, that's why I need a mic. A mic would be so much better because I'll be able to talk comfortably with everybody. But like, I hope everyone's having a good day. So today we are going to be, do you know what I mean? It's more mellow. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to keep waffling about the same thing. So I will find, I'm so good at that, find a way, 100 ways to talk about the same thing. But yeah, just to carry my voice a little bit further like this, it's like a higher register, I think is what they say. You speak in a higher register. But obviously people before said it's very much like, I could do ASMR apparently. I don't think so. I think my voice is annoying. But we all don't like our own voices really, do we? It's kind of a standard thing. But I don't know, but like, morning. I hope everyone's having a good day. So today we're just going to fingerboard a little bit, and it's just more laid back like that. It's even deeper than that normally a little bit. It's just because where I've been speaking in this high register for a while now. It's a nice one. Don't listen to me unless I do it either. If I speak like Frankie, she's like, don't even bat an eyelid. I'm like, come on. She's like, oh, I'm coming. I know what I wanted. Oh man. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute, guys. I appreciate all the support and the patience. And yeah, so at the end of this week, I'll look at getting a mic because I don't know how people prefer to speak. I personally just wanted to speak more like this and speak like so today, but like as loud as I am when I'm speaking like this, you know, so it's still coming through nice and clearly. I feel like I pronounce it a little bit better when I'm speaking with a deeper voice, compared to if I was to speak higher, like in a higher register. I don't know why. I don't know if it's to say it's not how I naturally speak. It causes more of a lisp when I speak with a higher pitch voice. Right, I'm off for 5 minutes. And then I'll be back, guys. I really appreciate the support. And yeah, when I come back, it's fingerboards. Fuck knows what I do, man. Maybe show some more art off. Actually, yeah, definitely, because I've got some new pieces of art. Well, I say new, they're not new, they're like slightly changed up. Years ago, there was some more that I found from like a year and a half ago now, when I was trying to go through this controversial period of drawing more controversial graphics. When I say controversial, I don't mean offensive. I just mean like just more, light-hearted, bantery. No, it's one that just says like shit happens, and there's literally like I think it's just a toilet, a shit on a toilet or something. Like just a shit sitting on a toilet, shit happens. Because even now, you just wouldn't get companies, bigger companies, mainstream companies do that, and I don't understand why. Because at the end of the day, it's like they act like their only audience is younger people, and then older people have to deal with that, like an immature board. And I'm like, nah, I miss how boards used to be, like edgy. You would look at a board and go, who's going to cut? It was almost like a race to get cancelled first by every skate company. So they were drawing some crazy graphics back then. I mean, you had like things that I can't even say. The fact that they were available in the shops and people were buying them, kids could like it didn't matter. And now you can't even name these graphics. It's fucking mental, honestly. But some of them were just comedy class, honestly. Some of the best art, some of the funniest shit like you've ever seen. And art you would only ever see on a skateboard, really, as well. Like art had its own. I feel like skateboard art had its own fucking like world. The way it was drawn as well, because I've started to draw a few like, do you know, like classic. I like to call it almost pastel colours, because they're very pastels, like 3-tone boards. So you might have like a mute cream pastel, off white. I am working with white, but weirdly, obviously, off white was more of the colour, or like that brown beige, or like it was like pastel pink or bubblegum pink. I mean, when the bolder colours came in, those were the days. Those were the days. Let's see what it's got enough, yeah. I'll come back and show you the art once I finished it. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. I'm just gonna swipe up maybe. Yeah, I'll probably do that. So I don't know, it'll be like paused or something for a sec. And I'll be back in a sec. But yeah, peace, love. I appreciate the support and people being really patient with me just waffling on this morning. I can finding my way nearly there. Oh, whoa, that was close.